Seminole. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense set on first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass. Still looking on the move. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it on the right. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
That last big play has them in business. Just outside the red zone, it's 1st and 10. Rodriguez will go up top. He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, no! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
Lining up for the PAT. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Emmanuel. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. The Tigers are in the hurry up. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud. But you should be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sideline, it's Coffee. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
From the gun, give on the inside. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here no matter where you are in the field if you keep this drive going.
4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. An easy call to go for it, and easier after you make it.
Yeah, we've seen it from this offense, too, throughout the season. In these types of situations, they just believe that they can make the play, and they can get the push up front, and that's exactly what happened on that.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Great team defense on that run. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Emmanuel. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, He gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. And tackled there by the defense.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Rodriguez will throw. Coming after him. Gets rid of it. Picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of there. And it was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Striving for the goal line, loose football. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense. They had a chance to get points. Now they turn the football over. But if I'm this defense, I'm ready to roll. I got them in the black zone. They got to go the length of the field, see if I can go make something happen and get this ball back to my offense.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
They're trying to get to it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Herring. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. He'll pull it on the read. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
We've seen throughout this drive success for the offense when they've been running the quarterback. Finally, though, the defense got it right. Everybody played their assignment. They honed in on them, and they got a big stop.
Here comes the offense on second down. Rodriguez will go up top. He wants to take the top off. Got it inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
On second down, wants to throw. Trying to get to it. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. LSU quick to the line. Wide receiver shows motion. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. It's Coffee. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Still on his feet at the 45. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years, but the foundation, the running game.
Yeah, don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because if you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some balance and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
Going up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all three levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. They'll go to the ground. Shakes off the defender. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
You love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. The quick out. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. LSU right back to the line. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And he was fighting with everything he had, Jesse, trying to reach whatever he could, scratch ball, fight for that little bit of yardage he needed to get the first down, but it didn't look like he was going to get there anyway.
No, ball security still has to be at a premium, though, David. 5 points of pressure, right? Fingertips, palms, forearms, biceps, and chest. Moving forward in this game, got to do a better job because this defense, they're going to be trying to rip the ball free.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Rodriguez will throw. Getting some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Seminoles send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Running it back, it's Emmanuel. Slips through the line. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires left. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? Probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well for the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
He'll throw it. That's caught. It's Herring. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Using his feet. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. And the Noles hit it quickly to the line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. Rodriguez will go up top. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Looking to go up top on first down. He uncorks one deep. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team there.
Looking for a huge play. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Wants to throw on first down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Rodriguez will throw. This time he's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it off to start the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Looking to the big tight end. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Are we sure that he knows what color jersey his receivers are wearing? Threw a pick on the last drive and almost threw another one.
Just temporarily confused. No big deal. Hey, short memory. Quarterback's got to have those short memories, right? It's behind me. No harm done. Reset. Next play.
They'll put the tight end in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on 3rd down.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Caught at the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable in that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Across the 25, he's got room. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Second interception of the day for the Seminoles. It's like they've run a secondary out there with Deion Sanders, Terrell Buckley, and Lee Corso.
And what does Deion say? You know, look good, feel good, play good, get paid good. These guys in the secondary making plays. This man might have made himself some money at the next level.
Looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Quarterback keeps it. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
On the play. Brings up 3rd down.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Rodriguez will go up top. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, with players like that getting after him.
And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and it'll be enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what we saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
The play action fake. With the catch, it's Coffee. On the move at the 30. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USC is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up by 18 over Southern Miss. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernius Pools. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
The Noles have this offense rolling. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. He wants to throw. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, no! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll leave it with him. At the 35, he's loose. Hit the afterburners, kid. The 20. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9. That was just an open alley for that back. I don't think he was touched once before the tackle.
So he wouldn't even been down in two-hand touch?
No. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. They're going to run it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And how about the offense believing in the true freshman? Down here in the red zone, giving him the football, man, I bet his heart is pounding. He's wanting to get in the end zone to get that first touchdown.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. It's good.
I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Rodriguez will throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up 4th down.
They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
2nd down coming up. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, 3rd and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield, man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
They're bringing heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. LSU quick to the line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UNLV rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They want that clock to run. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Time to take a shot. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. He'll try to take it back. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Listen, the enemy is the clock, right? You're down by 2 scores. You got to make something happen. Really, really good job by the defense, forcing the turnover, getting the ball back to your offense. Now you got to go score, and I got to get one more stop.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Keeps the legs moving. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. Finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3.
And this is a no-brainer. It's 4th down. We're down multiple possessions. We got to make this happen. We got to get the first down. We can't be worried about the clock. Then we got to go fast, work the sidelines to the best of our advantage to save as much clock so we can get multiple scores.
And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession to give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Coming out with it, it's Rice. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 30. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning. A one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. The give to the tailback. At the 45 on his way. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Rodriguez will go up top. Here he goes breaking the pocket. It's complete to the left. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Forced out of the pocket. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. Looking for a block. It's Emmanuel. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They want to throw it. Feeling some heat. Oh, it's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's a tough one to swallow, man. You got yourself in a position where you can go tie this football game. You're in a good spot. You're trying to move the ball down the field. Guy's trying to make a play. Fumbles the football. Now you got to beg for the defense to somehow give you one more opportunity.
Excellent field position here for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Rodriguez will throw. Buys a little time with his feet. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down. You waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long